Hello, everyone. Thank you, and welcome back to the Coin Shop Podcast. My name is Kenny Duncan Jr., my brother Matthew Duncan, and our guest today, all the way from Australia, just kidding, all the way from Laguna Beach, Mr. Ian Russell of GreatCollections. Welcome, Ian.
Thanks, Kenny. Nice to be here.
Welcome in. I'm going to let you introduce yourself before I go on this story about how and why you're sitting in this chair right now.
Okay, so my name's Ian Russell, and I'm the president of GreatCollections, the coin auction house that my wife and I started 12 years ago. And but today we're here to talk about something a little bit different.
Yeah, so to give you guys a little context, Ian stops me at Central States in April and says, I'm coming on your podcast at the end of June, and I'm going to release something earth-shattering. Okay, so
I'm not sure earth-shattering was the correct.
All right. So it's something groundbreaking either way. Anyway, my interest, regardless of what was said, my interest was 100% piqued. And I was going through a laundry list of people that I think that we would even allow on this show, Matthew, to break something without us knowing about it. Right. And I literally pestered him to death, trying to get it out of him.
Even yesterday, I think you just one last time.
No, by then
or maybe was it 2 days ago? Yeah,
I had given up by then. Honestly, he wasn't breaking. So, so we've been talking, and I felt like maybe a month had gone by where we didn't talk about it, and then conversations heated up again last month, and we actually got some dates nailed down, and we actually had dinner reservations locked in, and so it's here. We're here. I am honestly, I'm pretty pumped because I feel like if Ian has something that's going to blow our mind, it's going to be pretty freaking cool.
It's going to be cool.
He says it's good for the hobby, it's good for the industry, and for that, I'm stoked.
Yeah, so how exciting.
Without any further ado, let's get this thing going.
Great. Yeah, and sorry for the secrecy. It wasn't intended to be secret. It's more that I wanted your initial reaction to. So by sharing, without mentioning the idea, I just would love your first reaction to this.
Right. Cool.
So when you think about coins, collectibles, and what has happened over the last few years, we've had this huge influx of new collectors that we've not seen in our lifetime. I've been doing coins in the United States for over 20 years, and the last 3 years we've had more collectors than anything I've ever experienced. Right. And the collectors are different. The collectors are out there. They're talking to one another. They're meeting other collectors, new dealers. They're very close. The new dealer group we spoke about at dinner last night, they're very close with one another, and it's all new. It's all new, and it's on a scale that we've not seen before. And when you think about all these connections and how people are interacting, there isn't anything currently that where you can interact collectors versus collectors. Yes, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, but it's not built for collectors. It's not built for collectibles. There's scams, there's fraud. Facebook and Instagram, they don't really take everything seriously as we would like as collectors. And all of us here, we're all collectors. Yes, we're dealers as well. I'm an auctioneer as well. But it's all about our love of collectibles. And so I think about that. I think about, obviously, people like to show off their sets. They like to show what other collectors, what they have. Obviously, there's a very big registry set following, and that's really increased over the last few years as well. But again, if you look at the registry sets out there, there's no social interacting with registry sets. You don't see, yes, there's definitely multiple programs for registry sets. I don't think any of them out there right now is perfect. For me as a collector, there's multiple grading services. There's different sets you want to show off. You may want to show off your box of 20 coins. There's nothing out there, and you want people to be commenting and questioning and interacting with you, the people that you've met. And so what we've created is MyCollect. And MyCollect, think about social media, registry sets, interactions, all for collectors. all for collectibles, where users are verified, and obviously we take fraud very seriously, and scams and fake accounts. And unlike Facebook, where I think you've experienced even recently, somebody used your images.
Actually, yeah, just last week.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an easy thing to get it removed.
Not at all.
No,
it's crazy, actually.
Insane.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, it's hard to even get somebody to even speak to you.
Right.
Right. And it occurs so much that it's not like it's so common, and it's just like, oh, well, we'll look at the profile and we'll get back to you and look for an email, and it never really got resolved.
Well, we're still waiting on one of the ones on the currency to be removed.
Really?
So, yeah. So
that's disheartening.
It just
disheartening.
Doesn't happen.
Well, so
keep going. So I want to hear more. Yes.
So at MyCollect, that's not going to happen. We built this, collectors built MyCollect, and collectors will be running MyCollect. And we all understand how fraud is very serious. It's a serious thing and needs to be acted on immediately. And so what I want to do is I want to show you MyCollect. You're the first two people outside of our company to see it. And there's a very small group at our company. You probably wonder why I have bags under my eyes and I haven't been as responsive over the last year. It's because of MyCollect, and I am super excited about it. I haven't been... I was very excited when we launched GreatCollections, and it was just Raylene and I. However, this has got to a new level, and I'm very excited to show you it.
You got me. You
Awesome.
got my interest. Let's do it.
I'm super excited.
I'm stoked.
Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in here to MyCollect.
Okay.
And so here is MyCollect. And what I'm going to do, I guess I'll run you through how it's going to work. So as I mentioned, it's a social media platform. We're focused on coins initially. We all collect other things that we spoke about earlier. And MyCollect will be focused on all collectibles. We're launching with coins. Obviously, that's what we do 24/7. But in the very near future, there'll be all types of collectibles. I'm not just referring to sports cards. I'm not just referring to certified items. If you collect classic cars, you collect watches, whatever you collect, MyCollect is the destination, and it will feature all collectibles. And there'll be advanced software for managing your collectibles, and that's something that different collectors handle their coins in different ways and how they keep track of it.
Of course.
And some are very detail orientated with adding their purchase price and where they purchased the coin from, a lot more information about whether they've regraded the coin or whether it's a duplicate, or there's special notes about the coin, describing the coin. Other collectors don't do anything and don't keep track at all. MyCollect gives you the option that however you want to keep track of it, in MyCollect you can. We're very big on privacy. You want to keep your collection private? Keep it private, no problem at all. You still have all the features of MyCollect. If you want to make it public, and there's different levels of public, you can do that too. We're very, very big on privacy. And of course, there's competitions, which is historically called registry sets. We're calling MyCollect sets. We've already built over 1,000 different sets for US coins, and we plan on, I believe we have a goal of 3,000 to 4,000 in the next year, just for coins. That's before we get to other collectibles. And there's so many sets that are just not being looked after with the current registry set programs. Also, we will be accepting all grading services, PCGS, NGC, obviously CAC grading that we're big supporters of. Even Annex will be accepting for registry sets.
So wow. Yeah. Wow. So much needed and done the right way, obviously, looking amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I love the idea. And I think it's something so we've talked about something similar to this, and we were going to do an app, or we had an idea of an app, but this is a little bit more comprehensive than what we initially thought of. But one thing just initially so it's the conversations back and forth that, people can have anonymously. What a great service. Like, this is going to bring a ton of people into this space, I believe.
I think you've hit the nail on the head with conversations and learning. It really comes down to learning, and that's what this is all about. The idea that you can interact with professionals and specialists, collectors that really, really know a lot about the series of coins that you collect, and that you can interact with them directly, fast. It makes collecting much more enjoyable.
Right.
Matthew and I have conversations all the time. Like, I want to get involved in things, but there's not another collectible that I know like coins, obviously. And with coins, with most coin dealers, that you have a safe landing spot in terms of liquidity, right?
Yep.
And if there's more information and more learning about what the hobby is, and about, like you said, say you have a 21 Saint in one, and you're building a set, and this is the first coin you bought, it was 6 figures, and you're like, okay, what's next? You can talk to other people who have built Saint sets, or interact with other people and tell you, this is how, this is how the 20S has come, and, it's okay to be a little weak because this is certain for the strike, or things of that nature. And I believe that if people had more information from someone they didn't feel like who was selling them, then they're going to feel more comfortable in getting into that space.
Absolutely.
Right.
And even for your own coins, and seeing people comment on your own coins that you thought were special, you're not sure that they were special. You were told they were special by maybe who sold it to you.
Right.
But
it's going to keep some dealers in check, right? I mean, it's going to keep some people in check for sure.
Yeah.
And it's all about the conversations, and collectors, and even professionals. I know I've already learned from just our internal testing on how we're commenting on certain coins. I've already learned things, and not just from the tech side, on the collectibles and coin side.
Right.
And I know everyone's going to learn something the more interactions they have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in. I'll log in as me.
This is so cool. What a fresh look. It's wow.
Kenny, Matthew, I've set up a demo of MyCollect here. We've added a bunch of coins, and my team have added coins. We've added sets, and just so you can fully see many of the features that we're going live with. We have many planned features as well in the next few months. But all that I'm showing you today and more will be from the moment that we launch MyCollect. So it may look similar to what you're used to with social media. You can see you have a news feed, right? You have a news feed of what's being going on. If you follow a company such as GreatCollections or US Coins and Jewelry, if they make a post, you will see that in your news feed.
Wow.
And you can see that Jack Collects here just acquired a 1982D Lincoln Cent. And as he's adding a coin to his inventory, we're referring to it as inventory, one of the options is whether to post it publicly or privately. If it's publicly, it will post to your news group, to your news feed, and to your friends' news feeds. So if you're following Jack, or if you're friends, by default it will appear in your news feed. And as you have questions, feel free to ask any questions. This is one that I posted this morning. I was looking back on some of the more special coins that we've handled over the years, and this was about 3 years ago. Coin that was from a collection of old rattlers that was unearthed, and this is one of the highlights. 1796 quarter, 1 year type issue, and we sold it in the original rattler holder. And I can see GreatCollections. Obviously, I've used GreatCollections for some of this demo.
Right.
This is a photo of the 1913 nickel that we sold about 18 months ago. So the news feed, and it's continually updated. You can, obviously we have spot prices in the top right that's updated every minute.
So you've already touched on this, and security obviously it's going to be paramount on something like this. But when you're in control and when you have all of the front end software that's helping you determine whether or not someone is who they say they are, tell me a little bit about how or is it an algorithm that's detecting? Tell me how you guys are proving customers or collectors, users.
Sure. And so you'll note that we're using usernames. My username is Ian, and it has a blue check mark. Blue check mark is verified.
Okay.
And we're verifying, there'll be a verification option for all users, and we're manually verifying the users. And we have to feel comfortable that we have to feel comfortable that the user is human, and that we have their information. Some users will use pseudonyms or nicknames,
Of course.
and that's very normal in our industry, and that we're completely okay with. But at the end of the day, with a blue check mark, we have to feel comfortable that the users are real, and
Right.
it's a manual process. I hate to say that it's a manual process, but it is.
You want it to be.
It has to be.
Some things need to be manual.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And I think that when you're talking about the integrity of so just knowing your background and knowing the type of collectors that you deal with and the kind of sets that you put together, this is a big deal.
No, this is a huge deal.
This is going to be cool for a lot of people.
I
think the education component
Right.
of it is really for these younger guys
It's
that
going
are
to be,
coming in.
oh my gosh. Yeah.
They get to see some of the best rarities, and they get to watch habits of certain collectors. Now, I mean, to me, that's what I would look for, right? Is let's start looking at habits, right? If I'm following 4 or 5 guys specifically, and you want to kind of see the habits of how they're collecting, why they're collecting, this could be a game changer in terms of, pricing of coins and,
Right.
what certain coins, bring. And then also too, the true rarity of certain series and some of the lagging series that, in my opinion, have been overlooked for a long time. Lower minted series that you can put complete sets together for, under 20 grand. That stuff's available out there that you can do in gym.
Right.
And I just feel like
People just don't know. They don't have the information.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
and
Yeah, pretty
This
much.
is going to help that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of collectors are going to be thinking, how have we not had this in our industry? Like, how has this not been part of our?
Well, it is in a sense, but what you deal
But just a
with,
small piece.
well, what you deal with is you have to deal with all of the other social media drama that goes with it.
Right.
This is a collectors only type
Yeah,
group, right?
just for collectors.
There's not going to be a bunch of spam and a
No.
bunch of wholesale houses trying to pump a bunch of product that nobody wants. This is for collector, geared towards collectors and for the collecting community.
Right.
And I think it's going to be a freaking smash.
Yeah, this is going to be home run.
And there
So
are,
cool.
as you pointed out, there are elements of this that's out there, Facebook and Instagram for the social media aspect. But what we're doing is bringing it all together. So there's one destination for
Right.
all of that.
Think
Just
about
collectors,
Think
yeah.
about how many collectors are on Facebook only for this component.
This reason, right.
Now you basically you
Like-
take all of the political drama and you take all of the other stuff that's on those channels and you take them off the playing field, and now you literally have a condensed feed of things that you want to see and people that you want to interact with.
Right.
It's really cool.
No, that's super cool. I love it.
Yeah.
How awesome.
Yeah. So a few questions, and let's just say, like, I'm looking at the leaderboard on the side there, browse sets, my sets. So someone can just list their set. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. And so what I'm going to do is let's look at some of the sets that have already been created. Okay. And let's go to Browse Sets. And what we've tried to do is make it much more enjoyable. Now, there's different elements to enjoying registry sets. One is how it functions. Obviously, the scoring for coins and how you set up the sets, absolutely key, which is we actually started working on that first before we had even any idea of the technology, we started working on creating the sets, and that was about a year ago. And right now, I think that the rarity level of all coins needed to be looked at, because there are coins that rank highly in registry sets at the moment and too low that just don't make sense. So we obviously started from scratch, and the result is, say, we're up to over 1,000 sets, and there'll be many more even by the launch of MyCollect. So let's go down to double eagles. Obviously, we're very big at GreatCollections on Saints, just like you are here, Kenny. And so we'll go to the double eagles and the main sets.
Okay.
So right now there's 10 what we refer to as core sets for $20 gold pieces, double eagles, and there's Liberty Head double eagles and there's Saints. And so in Saints let's look at the Elite Collection of 51, and you'll see the Elite Collection is the finest collection of Saints ever formed, and the full Elite Collection is listed on MyCollect already. And so this is the Elite Collection, and
wow,
you'll instantly see it's much more visual, and much. Obviously I'm biased, right? But it's much more enjoyable.
Visually it's a lot more appealing, right?
And so you can look at coins. You can look at if it's set to public, like the Elite Collection is. You can look at coins, view images, view information about the coins. And so I'm going to click on one coin that Kenny knows well.
Just can't let it go, Kenny.
I can't let it go. In fact, that's
wow.
I even have it here.
Oh,
So this is the information on the 19 OS Saint, and you can like the coin. You can add comments about the coin.
Wow.
And you can interact directly with the owner, which
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, how do you feel like some dealers are going to like that in terms of, maybe scalping or?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's obviously a risk, but I think that if collectors want to deal with certain dealers or certain auction houses or whoever it is, they will. And with or without this, this is built for the collector. So it's definitely there can be transactions happening between collectors.
I think that's amazing, Ian. I think that's cool that it's very collector centric, right?
It is.
It's, and you can see that. And that's, to me, I feel like a lot of people hold a lot of things to their chest, but if the hobby is going to grow, it needs things like this.
Absolutely. And one of the questions I was asked last week about this internally was whether this takes something away from GreatCollections. Obviously, there can be collectors dealing with one another. This could encourage that. And I absolutely think that will happen to some degree. However, I do think that this will increase the market much bigger. And
a lot of new.
Even if we just have the same market share, we will end up at GreatCollections with more business.
Yeah, but take the business side out of it, just from a humanitarian and for
Exactly.
the collector standpoint, it's a sacrifice that's maybe vital for the hobby.
Absolutely.
So sure,
it's all for the hobby.
Yeah, maybe you lose a few sales here, or maybe you lose a customer here and there. Who cares, right? You're bolstering the hobby, and you're basically giving a step for the hobby to grow even bigger, and that should be better for everyone. So there shouldn't be any negative talk.
Right. And we'll be building out the information about the coin. It won't just have the mintage and weight and composition, everything else. There'll be a lot of additional information about every coin. It will basically be the encyclopedia. We're referring to it as the MyCollect catalog. And it won't just be for US coins, obviously, and it won't just be for coins.
Yeah.
Wow.
How cool.
And you can favorite the coin. You can see how many people have viewed it.
I feel like we have a few projects in the pipeline that would bode well in this environment.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So that shows Elite's amazing collection of saints. Let's go back to that for a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say go back to a few other coins. Let's just not rub in the 08S in my face. Let's look at let's see the Wells Fargo in 9.
The Wells Fargo in 69, which there's it's one of 10 that have been graded by PCGS.
Yep.
One user, is this the highest grade of a saint? Another user has responded,
So
yes.
where have you demoed this?
We've demoed it internally only.
Okay.
You are the only 2 people that have seen this
outside
of our company.
Wow.
And
I love it. Has all the pops and everything. Rarity score.
yeah, the populations are combined data from the major grading services.
Wow.
There's none higher of this. We're implementing a rarity score as well. The rarity score, think of it, we know some coin series have like R8, R9s. It's not used for many series. So we're creating rarity scores for all series.
Nice.
You think of a 95W that we looked at yesterday. Obviously, that's the key date of Silver Eagles.
Right.
There's no rarity score for that. We know it is a key date, but do collectors know that?
It's true.
So you can upload images, you can upload videos of every coin. It's yeah.
I love my favorite buttons that notify when for sale.
Notify when for sale.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
I didn't see that yet. Yeah, that needs to be bigger in red.
Right.
I like that.
I love that button.
Yeah, I'll click a bunch of those.
Right.
Right.
Let me know when that's for sale.
Maybe the 08S.
Yeah, right. I like to know when that goes for sale.
Yeah.
Adding inventory is extremely easy. And to give you an idea, let's add a coin.
All right.
I asked you earlier, Matthew, to bring some coins up. Let's take a look at which you brought a nice selection of saints, some old holders, rattlers. Let's add this 1924. We can add any number of coins, but we'll just add one to begin with. You enter the cert number.
Okay.
Note that we allowed it to post automatically about the coin.
Oh, wow. Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
You're entering the cert number. It already knows it's a PCGS 66 plus 1924 Saint.
8 keystrokes and you're added.
And it's verifying CAC right now. And actually, by the time we clicked on that, it had already verified that it's CAC.
Wow.
And so that is the coin we just added.
Wow. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
There's a lot of extra information that you can edit when you purchase the coin, who you purchased it from, the current location. I have multiple banks. And I know you have multiple locations here even.
Yeah.
So you can, however you want to code it or keep track of your coins. Label type. Label type is a growing area of the market. There's a lot of people that you want to know if something's an old green holder, if it's the old fat NGC coins.
Some people are building specific sets for those holders. Right?
Exactly. You can mark if it's a duplicate. You can make it public or you can make it private. You can also make it just for your friends. So if you manage your friend list, if you're confirming every friend request, you can make so your posts only displays to your friends, which means it doesn't get picked up by any search engines. People can't find that information. You're in complete control. And that's not just of coins or your sets, it's of anything you post. If you're commenting on your newsfeed or on your account that you're going to the next show, maybe you don't want everyone to know that. Maybe you do. You're in complete control of that.
Wow.
This is going to be a big marketplace for collectors.
So can I ask a money question?
Yes.
Okay, so is there...
You can ask anything you like, Kenny.
Is there revenue? Is there revenue and how is it... So tell me the business side of this.
Yeah, so I foresee there'll be 2 main revenue points for MyCollect. And One is advertising, sponsored posts.
Okay.
That will be obviously approving every ad manually. We'll only be accepting ads from qualified companies, and it won't. This is not just for Great Collections to advertise. We'll be accepting ads from competitors and coin dealers, organizations, insurance companies,
so
for example.
Free game, fair game for everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're building this so it's not an advantage for Great Collections. It's built for everybody. It's a separate entity. We do have some shared staff, but it is a separate company.
It's free to join.
So it's free. Oh yeah. Let's talk about the second revenue. I predict as we grow this, the verified accounts may have some nominal cost just to try to cover our expenses. I don't expect it to be significant, and I don't expect it to be a profit center. But as we are manually approving accounts, I foresee that. But at the moment, there's no fee for MyCollect.
For like a transaction.
So transactions are interesting. MyCollect isn't going to be doing transactions. That's not part of our business plan. And if users do business with another user, that's on them, and they're taking the risk. We're not guaranteeing, even with a blue check mark, we're not saying that you should trust this person with a $50,000 coin. That's up to each user to work out. But we do not plan on transacting. Great Collections is still going to auction coins, and I'm sure some of the users on MyCollect will consign to Great Collections as they do now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
So let's go down to some of the more social interactions as well. And so obviously we can look at people. We can look at different users that have joined, and let's have a look. Kenny, I went a little overboard and I made an account for you, so I'd like to show you what we did.
Let's do it.
So this, cool. Kenny, this is your account, and
I like it.
So we predict, obviously, dealers, collectors, anyone will be creating accounts, and from this, you can obviously make posts yourself, and
I love it.
There is your larger photo. And from this, you can also create pages. So pages for your company, which is, say, for this demonstration, normally we will not be creating accounts for people. We did this for purely this demonstration for you.
Okay.
As part of the surprise. But let's go to, these are the companies on the right that you have liked. And so you've liked MyCollect already, and the Coin Shop podcast, US Coins and Jewelry, and Witter Coin University, which is something we're both going to in a few weeks. So let's look at the Coin Shop podcast. This is a page. So this is not a user. This is a page that you've created, and you can create it for businesses, organizations, really any topic. It doesn't have to be a business, but this is, we've posted some of your YouTube videos that you've done recently. And you can invite friends of your account if you wish.
Yeah.
And and it's content about your company. In fact, what we can do is, I need to go back.
I have a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're searching for friends or other dealers, what is is there somewhere where you can search for like the different customers or different collectors that have certain coins? So if you want to see people's page or customers' pages that just do Morgan dollars or just do,
the best way to do it is to search for it is to go through the MyCollect sets and see who's on the leaderboard and see who has sets.
Yeah, so you see the Standing Liberty quarter sets.
Exactly. You'll see the users. Right. And if they're public sets, you'll be able to add them. You'll be able to add them as friends. You'll be able to see what coins they have already, maybe what they're looking for.
Very cool.
We are planning a want list feature that we believe will be also a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
And with how easy it is to create the want list and manage it.
Wow.
And it will search through the sets that you have, see what you're missing, compile the information with value ranges that you can edit. Maybe a 93S dollar you might want in a lower grade than your 81S dollar, for example.
Right.
What do you think, Kenny?
I'm a little I'm a loss for words. I think this is pretty freaking cool. I mean, well done, like really well done. Very easy on the eyes. It has some of the same components of maybe some of the other things that we've used for the last 10 years. So it looks easy to dive into. I love the leaderboard. I think the set. I think being able to talk about the sets, because I think let's just take some message boards are old and outdated, right? And you're not going to see, maybe some of the younger kids scour the message boards, but there's really no interaction. The interaction that I can see created here is it could be really, really big.
And that's what we think the industry needs. We think the collecting community needs it. It's not so much the industry as a whole. Collectors need this. And they're doing it. When I post a coin on Facebook like you do, there's some interactions going, but it's not centralized. It's not all collectors,
Of course,
that are in one place doing it.
Well, and you get bogged down with a bunch of stuff in your feed that
Irrelevant.
it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
So you spend that much more
gaffs
time.
do you want to see, or how many dogs do you want to see running around, chasing a fan blade, or whatever they're, it's
Right.
like,
Right.
can we just show me the coins, right?
Right.
Show
So
me,
you search for 30, you're doing it for 30 minutes and you have to pretty much go through a bunch of stuff that you don't really want to see.
Yeah.
This is going to point it to things you do want to see. So you'll be
well, it's collector centric, so
Right.
it's just collectors. We're not.
super cool.
So like right now, like I guess there's not enough people on there. I was gonna say fire a price out there on there. Let's see if anybody can.
Yeah,
I was just saying,
exactly.
put a price on there.
So I predict that dealers such as you'll post a coin that comes in today. It's so easy to upload a video. Hey, I just got this over the counter,
Right.
and there'll be people asking for price.
Yeah,
You'll
looking for a quick flip.
Yeah,
I want
you'll
to make
be
$1,000.
exactly,
It's X.
exactly.
I'm just thinking about too the want list. Seeing your customers put their want lists out there makes me think you're gonna have to be a little on top of your stuff. Don't
Well,
sleep on your customers' want
this
list
is gonna
because
separate.
the other people are gonna fill it real quick.
This will separate the men from the boys for
Right.
sure. You're gonna have to
Exactly.
be
And
active.
there'll be different levels. Some want lists collectors will want to keep to themselves. Some they'll
Right.
want to share. There'll
Yeah.
be different levels of that.
Yeah.
So when we look at pages, you can create a page for any topic. What the next thing I would like to show you are groups, and groups can be also for any topic.
Yeah.
We're creating the MyCollect official groups, which will be core groups. What is my coin worth? US coin category that people will subscribe to. And all of these posts appear in your newsfeed. So if you join the What is my US coin worth, you'll see all of those posts
Right.
in your newsfeed. And I think we're all aware that the algorithms with Facebook and Instagram, they don't show you everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a Facebook group that we're members of, and something did not appear for 2 days that I absolutely needed. And no matter all the settings I try to do on Facebook, maybe there's a way, I can't get it to show me everything in real time. Maybe you've worked it out.
Absolutely not. And I've tried, and I'm the same way, to the point where it almost like frustrates me where I don't look at it at all.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm like, how in the world did I miss this auction?
Right.
How did this coin sell for X? How did, I don't know. I don't want to be, it's not, it's frustrating.
Yeah, we're not here to bash them, but
Absolutely
it's
not.
one of the, for us as dealers, if we're a member of something and we want to see every post, we should be able to see every post. And so if you're a member of any group here, you will see every post.
And to be fair to those guys, they have zero control because they're using basically a free platform to, monetize and create a, 800 or 900, 1,000 dealer group of coin dealers around the country who are looking for liquidity or looking for coins. This is going to, there have been some grumbles about that group and about the direction of this platform that was supposed to be coming out, right? And looks like someone got beat to the punch.
Yeah, this is.
I don't know exactly what they're working on. I think it's more of a
virtual coin show type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is
where I guess there's some similarities in that regard. They'll for groups, you'll be able to create a private group. There's different levels that the creator will. Oh, we have another. Jack has commented on our post.
Let's see. Yeah. Come on, man. This is cool. This is real time. Let's do it.
Okay, so.
Wow, that was a stunning coin.
Stunning toning.
Yeah.
Which it is. It does have stunning toning.
Yeah, it's a nice coin. You should buy it.
And it's the first sale on here, right?
You should buy it. Let's make some history here.
So, let's go back to groups. So for groups, there's different levels of privacy for groups. And let's see. So you can have a public group, which at least at this stage, all of the MyCollect official groups are public. And you can have a closed group that only the members can see the groups, see the posts, and you can have a secret group that no one even knows the group exists, that you would have to invite them to be. Invite only.
Wow,
exactly.
Yeah, this is cool.
I love that.
And you as the creator of the group, you're in charge of the privacy settings for the group.
So can I put my bid in for a group that I want already?
Which one is it?
Well, I want to create one.
You want to create one?
Yeah. So I had been going back and forth doing this on Facebook, and I was like, because of the inconsistency with Facebook, I just never decided to do it. But I wanted to do a group of crackout guys, and because only a crackout person is going to understand why you're asking so much money for a coin. And if you put it out publicly and you ask, 1.5, or just say you ask a half a point over market for it, some people are going to look at you and go, why is this guy, they have no idea.
They'll think you're crazy.
They have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if you could get 20 to 25 guys that have that eye that want to be notified. Let's just say I put a saint that I've been trying, that's a pretty coin that I've been looking for a plus for X amount of time. I'm done with it. I want to sell it for $7,500. That's about $2,500 over what a normal, a guy that understands my eye or understands your eye or understands the process is going to say, I'll take a shot at that coin, or that's a perfect setup coin for me, or that's it's going to speak
and
to
it's
them
probably something that you want to approve the members of
course,
and you're going to invite certain people
that's what I'm saying. So it would be a secret group that I would like to have, but just have 10 to 15 people that you feel like they're on the same plane.
The best thing is you can create anything you like.
Wow.
And so, one thing that you may enjoy is the what is my US coin worth?
Yeah.
You must get a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails here that maybe you don't always have the time to respond to every inquiry about cheap coins. Recommend that they post here, and there'll be users that are posting answers.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, just go to MyCollect and sign up, and then you can
send them a link, and
right.
We're going to be sending out templates for dealers that can just forward people if you want to find out what coins are worth, and there'll be multiple people responding, and
that's freaking
I
cool.
particularly like it when we get a phone call about somebody having a penny, which sometimes they are valuable, but in many cases they're not. I know you get the same calls
every day.
And when a caller has a coin and they don't want to believe that it's a lower value coin and that I'm not interested in auctioning it, I'm going to be recommending they go get another opinion. And you can see other users responding that the coin is worthless.
You can yell at them. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I would say that I think probably 90% of our 1-star reviews stem from an incident where someone, and listen, I get it. They did some homework. They saw an Etsy video or an Etsy ad or something when they feel like they've got a $1 million cent. And it's just not true. It's just not
Exactly.
accurate.
Right.
And there's just no way to explain it to them in a nice enough way to where they're going to feel respected.
And we try, right?
Oh, we try.
I know you try, your staff try, but sometimes, sometimes people don't want to believe it.
They don't want to believe
and so
personalities clash, and that's what happens. You get a bad review or a bad,
Exactly. So this is something you can send them to.
Wow.
And there will be a lot more groups created. We're creating core groups that, I say all the MyCollect official groups, but there'll be, I collect Australian coins. I'm going to create one that's not MyCollect official, just about Australian coins that that fellow collectors of Australian coins are can talk about them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I could see this being a great interaction for the coin clubs to be able to for collectors to be able to find their local coin clubs and
so that's
be part of it.
You didn't even know that was the next thing I was going to bring up. Is shows, auctions, club meetings.
Right.
Clubs should definitely make a page, and from the user you can create an event. And we created some of the more major shows that are coming up that we'll be attending. And
this is awesome.
Meetups and dinners.
Right.
Exactly.
Just expanding your business and expanding your horizons with the different people that you're meeting, and it's really cool. What a cool gateway into collectibles.
And lastly, I shouldn't say lastly, there's actually a lot more that we're going to go over, but articles. Articles can be about anything. You can write an article about any topic, coins. You can save it to US coins, world coins, whichever you like, and you can then link to it from your profile, from your news feed. And for example, this is something Numismatic News put out a few days ago about.
Speaking of modern sense.
Yeah, exactly. So
Great.
this here is a 1972. You would not just by looking at that, doesn't really look. It's not the major double die.
No, it's not.
Turns out it's FS 104, which is
The minor.
Yeah, it's minor, but it's exceedingly rare
Yep.
in high grade, and that's sold for $22,000. And there's a whole article about it that appeared all over Google in the last few days. And so this is another way that collectors will learn more about coins. And you can subscribe to certain keywords. You can search for tags. You want to be notified whenever a Lincoln cent appears in an article. You can be notified of that.
Certain
This
writers.
This is also cool for, say, a social media team who is looking to piggyback on what's current and what's hot.
Right.
So say, for instance, Olivia saw this 2 days ago and says, oh, wow, we've got a couple 72 of the major varieties in stock. You can do a quick 30-second video on Instagram and tag it, and you probably end up getting a lot more views just being in the know of what's going on.
Well, and you can even post to the article that, hey, I just graded 2 of these. And yeah, you may not need Instagram.
Right.
You can do it all
You
here.
do it on MyCollect, say, hey, push that button, it's for sale.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And I don't envision MyCollect being the journalist. This is all user-created content and companies that, as GreatCollections or US Coin or any company puts out a press release about coins or information about coins, it will all be added here. It's basically the central hub of coin news. Yeah. And it's all of this is all on one website, which it becomes the destination for what we all need, as opposed to going all over the place for different information. So yeah, so that's the core of MyCollect.
Just something just hit
yeah,
me. Okay,
ask
so
everything.
What about a marketplace? So say for instance, US Coins wanted to do a US Coins marketplace group, and we literally are just posting coins up there that we have for sale. Is that stuff frowned upon? Is that good? Is that what you want?
So yeah, we're allowing all of that, and we're encouraging everyone to use MyCollect. Obviously, I have 2 hats. I have the GreatCollections hat, and we're still 100% focused on GreatCollections, building. Right. Every year we grow, and GreatCollections is doing very well. We always need more coins, but we're not restricting MyCollect. We hope that you'll have on your page, you'll have right now pre-launch, there's 14 likes on your US Coin page. We're hoping that as you have other coins that come in, you can make a quick picture and say, hey, this is for sale. This came in today. This just came back from grading. And you'll have people following you. You can have private groups to do it as well. There's multiple ways to do that. For us, for Great Collections, we're going to be posting with upcoming coins or coins that we've sold. Obviously, here's some more. I even described it as eye candy. I was just going to do that again. And this was a coin that we sold. We sold this just a few days ago. A white
108.
Yeah, 108 Rattler.
465.
And it sold for $12,093.
It did not sticker.
I presume that coin was sent to CAC, although the consignor did not request it. It was consigned by collector, and he wanted it to list.
So just real quick. So just on that. So there are coins that are submitted to Great Collections that could be a lot fresher than maybe one might think.
Yeah, that's a question we get quite a bit as to some people assume that every coin has gone to CAC. Yeah, it's not the case. We have an option on the consignment form. One option is to send everything. Another option is to let Great Collections decide. Or if you don't select anything, we don't send anything. And some people don't have us send coins to CAC.
That's interesting.
If I think a consignor is making a critical mistake not doing so, we had one recently that it was a 5-figure, $15,000, $20,000 coin that looked absolutely superb, and it ended up CACing, but the consignor did not request that option, and it just turned out he missed it. He missed checking the box.
Wow.
So not everything goes. And remember, some collectors are not pro CAC. I think that percentage has been decreasing.
Of course, yeah.
As every year goes on.
As you watch the market.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. So, but yeah, not every coin goes to CAC.
Oh.
But this is an upcoming auction that we have coming up next week. And it's a Swiss gold coin with a very low mintage. So for a Great Collection standpoint, we'll be posting that to our groups.
Just an added benefit for Great Collections customers as well, right? Because you're getting more bandwidth, and you're getting your coin has the opportunity to get more views from real collectors.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah,
that's really cool.
That's absolutely, cool. And but everyone can do that. I mean, we're not going to stop if eBay wants to create an account and post their upcoming auctions or something. I invite them to.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine why not.
Yeah, it's a matter of, for a company like that, it's kind of like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, they're going to have their own, yeah.
You've got to get to, they're not necessarily focused on coins.
Of course.
And so, whereas MyCollect, we live and breathe.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? You shocked me.
Right.
Because I would have never thought this.
Well,
I would have never thought this. This is cool. I think this is, you know me, I'm a hobby guy. I feel like I think we're in a great position right now to really do some great things in this hobby. And this is going to be absolutely just a must. Really cool.